moments there. But as a whole, what would I rate the show? 3.5 out of 5. It was the average show. It wasn't the worst show, wasn't the best show. It was right in between. So you guys let me know what you think of that. Check the community tab on Red Carpet Rain. See what you can vote there or comment as well. But let's go over. We got to talk about what went right and what went wrong with the show. We got to talk about it. Now, we're going to go over what went wrong with Monday Night Raw. What were the issues that I saw? Again, matches as a whole were average. They could have been a little bit better. But, we are getting ready for Elimination Chamber. But, that's how I see it. I didn't like that at all.
What's going to happen? No. Words? You just made the list.
So that's what I saw for that one. So that's the first thing I saw wrong with the show. Now, let's go over the second thing I saw wrong with Raw. Next thing here.
And got back to his feet quickly, though. Done top rope, up over the top of...
Yes, Seth versus Finn is just irritating. And I do not want to keep seeing match after match after match. They're doing these pedigrees. They're doing everything. I thought this was too much. And if I didn't say this before, I'm going to say it again. No more of this match of Seth versus Finn Bálor. No more of it. It's just redundant. And it's really got on my nerves at this point. If I said before, I'm going to say it again. Too much.
Words? You just made the list.
Yes, indeed, they made that list. Enough. All right, that's everything for what went wrong with Raw. Let's move on to what went right. You know what? One more thing I am going to add. If I ain't talking this, thing we talk about too. The New Day promos get repetitive. Like I said, they're doing the same old stuff. I'm tired of seeing it. If I ain't said it before, I'm gonna say it again. It just really needs to be touched on. Really get these guys a feud, get them something going, because we see New Day doing promos like this every single week, time and time and time again. It's just going to make this new heel turn of the New Day stale. It's going to make it very almost, we want to make it forgettable at this point that they even turned heel, because we know that they really was, safe to say, they was just improvising of how they was going to do this heel turn when they turned on Big E. And there's been no big payoff for that. So that is not a good thing.
What's going to happen? No. Words? You just made the list.
So they definitely something that needs to be done better. But like I said, now we're done with the whole what went wrong with Raw. Let's move on to actually what we're right with the Monday Night Raw show for this week. A couple things that did go right for this episode. We'll talk about it. One thing I do want to talk about first, that this is still going well with the whole Lyra and Dakota Kai. Now, I know that we've seen this match, for the tournament, but the fact that they're going to championship is going to be great. So they're finally getting focused on the women's intercontinental championship scene. I think that's a great thing. And it builds story, because we know these two faced off before. So we're glad that they're getting attention, as well as the men's intercontinental championship too. So this is a good thing. I'm glad that they're finally moving in direction with this title, because Lyra would just walk around with this title for weeks and weeks and weeks and never defend this belt. See how they match going to do next week on Monday Night Raw. So that is a plus for me. Yeet. Yeet. All right, so that's one thing I did see. One of the things I saw that I liked on Raw. Another thing we're going to talk about, Roxanne Perez she is officially in the Women's Elimination Chamber match, and she's going to get her first Chamber qualified match win over Raquel. This puts her in the Chamber. She will be alongside 5 other women in this matchup. So this is a good thing. I want to see how Roxanne Perez is going to do in the Elimination Chamber match. I want to see how she's going to do, how she's going to perform. And who knows, she may even duplicate some of her Royal Rumble success of being an Iron Woman onto the Elimination Chamber. But very good. I thought Raquel was going to win because she's, they always have a big woman or a big tall person in the match, men and women. But this is good. I'm glad that WWE is doing booking for the right reason. So this is a plus for me. Yeet. Let's go over a couple more things that were good on this episode of Raw that I noticed. Speaking of another Intercontinental Championship, the men's side, Braun Breaker, AJ Styles, they are going to have an interesting feud. I cannot wait. Cannot wait to see. Braun Breaker, he see AJ as a threat. He tried to sneak up on him. AJ got one up on him. He ducked, spared Dominic instead of AJ. I think it's going to be good. And AJ, as the veteran that he is, as he's in the twilight of his career, he's winding down, putting over a young Braun Breaker who's in his second Intercontinental Championship run at 27 years old Braun is. This is a good look for the Intercontinental Championship title picture. Yeet. So this is a good thing for Braun and AJ. So I can't wait to, similar to the Women's Intercontinental Championship run, can't wait to see what the next feud is going to be. So this is a very good thing of what's going on in WWE today. This is very good. Only time will tell what's going to happen next as far as that goes. But other than that, I think I definitely see things being bright. Very, very bright for to see what next is going to go on. But Braun and AJ definitely going to be. Could definitely see a good thing going on. So we have to see how they're going to play that out and what things going to take next. But with that being said, you guys let me know what you think of Braun versus AJ for the Intercontinental Championship. So I definitely see some good things happening between both of these men. Definitely a good thing. All right. Well, next thing. Let's go over the next thing before we do get to the bonus round. Let's get on to the next thing for what's going to happen on the show. We're going to go over current news in a second. And then we'll head off to the bonus round. So let's see the next thing going to happen. And we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, this is we are definitely on the road to WrestleMania 41 like no other. Definitely on the road to WrestleMania 41. And it's gonna be here before sooner than you think. Because we know Elimination Chamber is going to be the last PLE, major PLE of the main roster before WrestleMania. So let's get on to it. And that's all for what went right with Raw. Now, there's been some current news going on in the wrestling world today. And it's not surprising. It's actually more expected of the news that's going to occur. So I think this would be a good matchup. Only if how they're going to play this out. But we know it's going to be a good thing at the end of the day. And what I'm talking about is there's current news going on in the wrestling world, or planned or rumored, I should say. And it's supposed to be Jacob Fatu versus Solo for WrestleMania 41. They are planning to have a one-on-one match according to WrestleVotes, Solo versus Jacob Fatu. There's been tension between these two since Solo lost to Ula Falah. He pretty much abandoned Jacob and Tamatonga, and Solo just returned 2 weeks ago. And again last week, Jacob confronted him. Solo tells Jacob, "I love you" on SmackDown. There's definitely tension between these two men, and they're gonna come. It's gonna come to its head at some point, and it's gonna be a WrestleMania 41. You guys, let me know, what do you think of that? Now let's head on to the bonus round, and we're gonna talk about the Elimination Chamber. All right, bonus round here. We're going to talk about two things: who will win the men's and women's Elimination Chamber matches. Now, we know that both the women's and men's matches are set. We know that all 6 people for both men's and women's have been official. Everybody qualified. Seth being the last to qualify for the men's, Roxanne the last to qualify for the women's. And this is after the episode of WWE Raw. Seth Rollins and Roxanne Perez win the final Elimination Chamber spots. Now, the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to go over not only who's going to win, I'm going to go over who are the first 2 to enter the chamber, the first elimination, and the Iron Man or Iron Woman / MVP of the Elimination Chamber. So let's go over the men's first. I will say this before we get to who I think is going to win. I spoke about this before. Some of you guys already know who my pick is. But let's go over the first 2 in the chamber. I'm predicting to kick off this Elimination Chamber for the men's. The first 2 to enter the chamber will be Seth Rollins and Damian Priest. Due to entrance theme, Seth Rollins got a good entrance theme. They bring the tempo of the chamber. Damian Priest will be in there for the big man. It could be the first 2 to kick it off. Seth will have a long entrance with the sing-along. Damian Priest will be in there, get his feet wet in the chamber. So I think that'll be a good way to kick this off. So those 2 I see bringing the fire to the chamber, kicking it off. And maybe, you have Cena and Punk will be the last 2. Then Logan will be the 4th, and maybe Drew the 3rd. But that's just, a prediction there. Educated guess, I should say. Now, for my first elimination inside the chamber, the first person to get pinned or submitted, Damian Priest. If you think about all 6 men in the chamber, Damian is the least to win this. I mean, CM Punk, good chance for the going for the WWE title. Cena, of course, it's his last farewell tour, 17 title. Drew already, had interaction with Cody. Seth already said that, he wants to go for the WWE title. Logan and Damian are the least to go for this title. And Logan, he already faced Cody Rhodes last year at, at Clash at the Castle, I believe. He already faced Cody for a WWE title last year, or other PLE it was. But Damian is the least to win at anything out of it. He has the least to gain. So I expect him to be eliminated first. Now, for the Iron Man or the MVP for the chamber, Logan Paul. Logan Paul, we know he has very good moments in WWE. He had the spot with Ricochet, 2 years ago at the Royal Rumble. He's a good high flyer. He can move whether you like Logan or not. He has some very good moments. He is a high flyer, very good one. He definitely can do something very, very unforgettable spot in the Elimination Chamber. He got something that we'll talk about, something that the fans will remember. Something that the fans will remember, and it'll be in their mind to think about whatever spot he does. So I got Logan Paul for that. Now, of course, my prediction to win the whole Elimination Chamber for the men's, no other than John Cena. John Cena's chasing the 17th title. Last Elimination Chamber match for him. He's on limited dates. He got the tour right now. It's either now or never for John Cena. He will go on to face Cody. Now, I don't expect him to win at WrestleMania, but it'll be a good chase for the title. Good way to chase the 17th title. And it'll be the same title that John Cena's held 13 times. He held the WWE Championship more times than anybody in history. Him and Cody would be a great matchup for WrestleMania 41. Now that we know that reportedly The Rock is out of the picture for WrestleMania, and Logan and Roman Reigns will not be challenging Cody. Look, come on, let's be serious. But that's my predictions for who entered the chambers first. First elimination, MVP Iron Man, and who wins the whole chamber. Let's move on to the women's elimination chamber. Now here, same as the men, same format. Who's the first two to enter the chamber? First elimination, Iron Woman or MVP, and who wins it all. I will say out of six women, this is a very good chamber matchup for these women. It's very, unique. If you notice, there's no big woman in this match. No tall big woman. You'll see a someone like Raquel or someone like maybe a Charlotte Flair-esque type. A tall. But other than that, the first two I see entering the women's chamber, Alexa Bliss and Naomi. Naomi, she's known to enter the women's elimination chamber first, second, or third. And I know last year, Elimination Chamber 2024 in Perth, she was actually the first woman eliminated. Alexa Bliss, the fans are still in awe of her returning. I think that dark character will bring something good with the intro to the chamber. For the first eliminations for the women's elimination chamber will be Naomi. Sorry, Naomi. It'll be just like last year. Naomi did not, go did not go far in the women's elimination chamber last year. She was the first one eliminated. I think the same thing will happen again. She'll be good to kick off the chamber, but she won't be in there long. And Naomi she really has no reason to go after the women's world championship, for Rhea's title on Raw. So I don't expect her to. She'll be the first one out of there. Alexa could be a shocker, but more like I think Naomi. Now the Iron Woman and MVP of the match, I would say Alexa or Roxanne. It's one of those two. Roxanne had a great Royal Rumble. Being a runner to Charlotte Flair, who won the Women's Royal Rumble. Alexa Bliss, she actually competed in the first Women's Elimination Chamber and won and retained her then Raw Women's Championship, which is now known as the WWE Women's Championship. So Alexa Bliss got some good moments. I can see her duplicating that again. First Elimination Chamber back since she returned to WWE. So that's who I have in mind. Now, who do I have winning the Women's Elimination Chamber as a whole? It was a tough one. It came down to Bianca Belair or Bayley out of all these six women. I got Bayley. Bayley and Rhea Ripley. It's like they got a score to settle, Bayley just got to Monday Night Raw. She just got there. I know she was feuding with Roxanne Perez and all that stuff there too. I understand that as well. But I will see her getting the clear advantage over Bianca to win. For some reason, I just don't see Bianca winning this one because Bianca, she's currently a women's tag team champion. She's currently the women's tag team champion. We have to keep that in mind, and we know that Bianca and Naomi, they kind of ruffled some feathers with Liv and Raquel. And they got this whole Jade Cargill storyline who attacked. They're still trying to find out, answers of why Raquel and Liv was at the scene. And they're still going through that as we saw demonstrating this episode of Raw. But I do not see Bianca winning. She has a lot going on, and I think it'll distract her from winning. If it weren't for that, I probably would put her ahead of Bayley. It could very well be the case there. You just never know sometimes. So we gotta remember that it was a lot of tension on Monday Night Raw. A lot of tension there. We saw that Bianca was not playing around with Liv. We saw that. They was ready to bring it on as they had those costumes on. So we definitely see that. But the thing about it is, when it comes down to it, Bianca has too much going on, and it will make sense to give it to Bailey. Look how she stared at the Women's World Championship with Rhea Ripley. That right there gives me a reason that she wants that title. And Bailey, we know Bailey, once she set her mind up, she'll do it. Not to say Bianca don't. When Bailey's focused, 100% she's focused. And Roxanne and Alexa's not going to win. Liv, the same boat with Naomi and Bianca. Liv, Naomi, and Bianca, they all in that tag team title, Jade Cargill story. Those three you could take out. Alexa just came back. I would say no. It would come down to Bailey. Bailey makes sense. So I see Bailey. She's going to chase Rhea, go after the title. And I see her win the chamber. She will win the chamber and go to WrestleMania 41. And she's a member of Raw now. Other than that, I have Bailey winning that. And that's all I have for who's going to win the men's and women's Elimination Chamber matches. You guys let me know what you think. Who you got for the men's? Who you got for the women's? Who comes in first? Who's eliminated first? All of that. And also notate too, the last person to be eliminated before the winners, CM Punk for the men's before John Cena wins. And for the women's, I would say Bianca Belair gets pinned. Or Roxanne. No, Roxanne already was runner-up. Roxanne, Bianca or Liv will be the runner-up. Will be last eliminated before the winner for Elimination Chamber. But that's all I have, guys. You guys let me know what you think. Soon to videos will pop up, guys. You guys click the links below. Until then, you guys, you already know what it is. It's OU.
Something happened this weekend, and I've been struggling with it since I retired. But this weekend gave me closure.
Wow.
It really did. Like, it was fun. Obviously, it was fun. I mean, you can't, doing this for as long as I have and